Well, hey there, guys. Welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. It's Emily once again. So today we are here at Newcastle International Airport. We're in the Piper Cub and we are going to go and do a flight. So I'm using real weather. This is real weather for the 29th of July 2024. Let's get some audio faded in quite rapidly. And let's get this thing ready to go flying. So what is that noise it's making? Interesting. Anyway, so I want my battery on. Let the avionics do their thing if they want. I'm going to start my fuel flow from the left-hand side. Okay, the right-hand side, it's the same difference really. So we can check our feather and prop. So prop feathered. Okay, it's not actually working. It must be electronically linked. That's fine. So turn our lights on. Clear prop! I'm not remembering where the ignition is on this aircraft. Right, just so I don't overprime the engine at this point. Control easy it is. There we go. So what are we doing today, I hear you ask? Good question, thank you for asking it. We are going to go up and have lunch up in Northumberland. So, the recent world update has done quite a bit for UK weather, for Northern England in general, in my opinion. So I'm going to skip our run-up check and we're going to go flying basically. So, clear on the approach. So we're just gonna full throttle, one lump of flap for takeoff. Pull the throttle back so we're not redlining too much. 60 knots, not even there, but rotate, tap the toe brakes as we do. What I'll do, as we do our fly away, we'll just feather the prop slightly to reduce that RPM. And we're going to fly off. I'm going to say towards the coast, but no we're not. We are going to just climb out at 80 knots, good speed to hold, on the way uphill. You can see we've got photogrammetry for all the buildings here, and it just looks insane. So aiming for so what I'm doing is it's going to be sort of parts me looking at landmarks that I know and love. Oh yeah, there's my keys. Duh. So we'll do flight director on. And what I'm going to do is just use the autopilot to hold us here, and then we'll enable altitude hold mode on the autopilot, which is going to basically just give us an aircraft that's trimmed out and flying in vaguely the correct direction. This is the theory. Now I'm also just going to trim back ever so slightly. I'll do. Gonna trim back, mixture back ever so slightly. And that just means you've got basically a nicer flying method. So, just to give us strobe lights, strobes should be on and strobes will leave the landing lights to pulse as well. Just because we are at low level still. But there you go. What I'll do, I'll AP off now. And yes, like I said, we'll fly to Bamburgh Castle. This is Cramlington down here. So this is very much a sort of a journey through my life for me. So Cramlington's the town I lived in. This is the new build. This is the nice bit. This is the far end from where I used to live. Let's see if we can locate my old place, and we'll have a look at my school as well. So this is where I grew up. But look how just nice this looks. Like, yeah, it feels perfect. It feels like, you know what, the sort of thing I always say is, like, I never did sort of these.
X-ray Golf Sierra leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Newcastle Tower Cub Crafters Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
But we're not going to talk to anyone just because, why would we? But this, so we'll go at the external camera just for a moment. There's so many shadows, so it does struggle a little bit performance-wise. This is Manor Walk Shopping Centre we're over the top of. So behind us, that's the East Coast Main Line. One of my ex-girlfriends lives down there. And the one time I drove past here, when my dad drove past here, she was walking down the street, so I literally hit her fall back. I was like, I am not here. But no, the area that I used to live in when I lived in Camrington, which was honestly a horrible part of the world to be in. Love that truck just pinging back and forth there. Was down here. This, let's see if I remember it. So this is the playing field behind the house. So it would have been that house there that I lived in. Honestly, worst place I ever lived. So, bit of sort of trans history for me here. That was where I lived. Over there, that's the nearest shops. So a 20-minute walk. In that 20 minutes, you could guarantee I'd be paid to find at least once. Now, I'm going to show you another place I lived. I'm not going to show you my house growing up because that's over there and that's a little bit toxic, feels like. I also, same landlords, lived for about 6 weeks in Blythe, which is this town over here. This wind turbine is nowhere near this big. It is tiny compared. It's basically a farmer's got a wind turbine to power the house, I think. But this is Blythe. I love the fact that and the first time I've been over Blythe in the sim. But that there, that's the aluminium storage tanks, or bauxite aluminium powered storage tanks for the aluminium trains that go up to Fort William. And I'm flying over here, and that's the first time I've seen them, but that's just such a landmark for me for this area. So that's why that's where we got lost from growing up. Big Aspen why. That's not Kevy's in, so get that in, that's cool. But the area I lived in, let's see if I can find myself, so it would be in these rows of houses here. In probably that road there from memory, like that area. Actually, no, that area there, I can walk past this green bit. Never sat in that green bit, but it's an incredibly rough part of town. Sort of, you know, like drunks, a lot of violence, a lot of antisocial behaviour. It was in the first weeks after I came out, so I would not have been looking at my best, shall we say. But, you know what? I never got any abuse. And that's just... And I know this is a really low standard, but being treated with basic respect goes a long way. And, yeah. Anyway, so we're flying up the coast here now, so this is the Wansbeck River. It's your grandparents' house, that was fun. Again, I'm not going to point it out because that would be a little bit too doxy. Again, they don't live there anymore, they've sadly both passed away now. But yeah, so that's the old Campout down there. That's cool. Or pulled down now, as they say. Again, it's just, I've never seen this area from, I would argue even from the air, looking this good. Because I've never, or this close to my memory, because I've not flown since these biomass buildings have been put up. And I've just not flown around here. This is Newbiggin by the Sea. We'll dive bomb my granddad's bench, eh? So my granddad George put a Mora bench in for him, and we'll dive bomb it. It is over here. I'm overspeeding the aircraft slightly, but I don't care. It's a sim at the end of the day. It's right here, and it's got a great view over the bay. A little story for you. Newbiggin Lifeboat House, I'll point out as we fly past. Again, right, okay, so it falls apart a little bit, but I'm abusing the game massively flying down. That's Parrallel's there, that's the ice cream parlour. This is cool. That there, the building with the brown doors, the red in real life, I think. That is Newbiggin Lifeboat House. Also St Bart's Church behind us there. Sorry, I should need to move it quicker. St Bart's Church. Yeah, anyway. So that's the oldest serving lifeboat house in the UK. The RNLI. We love the RNLI. We are big fans. And the sort of fun, important thing there is, not important thing, but like good story, is they used to fire or they fire a firework, basically a flare, to get basically before technology was a way to cage the volunteer lifeboat crew to come down. So that flare goes off, and basically it used to be a handheld flare launcher. Apparently they put it through someone's window at the other side of the bay and set back to that house nearly. And ever since then they used a tripod mount, and I get on the ground. That's the biomass for line map there. So that is, you can see the grey trains coming through Newcastle. That's where they're going. The big grey GBRS logo ones. This is Cresswell now. This is the part of the coast I know really well. It's fabulously photogrammetry for this. This is probably the end of photogrammetry, just judging by that sharp edge. Is it? Let's have a look. See, Cresswell's tiny, but it's like a massive caravan park. That is the majority of the population. I'm 50-50 on that. No, this is photogrammetry still. So yeah, this is the actual town here. Fun little fact for you. It's nowhere near this many trees. The trees are nowhere near this big. But that house there, there's some weird historical law that the occupants of that house are required to basically provide refreshments. So it's like, it was some like really old law that I need to look into in a bit better detail, that basically says if you live in this house you have to be willing to provide food and sort of refreshment for people, and basically they still have to. So I think it's basically a cafe now, but it's just, I always thought it was really cool that like you can go to that house and someone will give you food, like sell you food basically. It's not give itself. This is Cresswell Beach. This leads into Jurich Bay, which is a really cool wildlife park. Yeah, this is that photogrammetry now, gotta be. Still satellite, but it doesn't feel quite as good. You know what though? This is not worth the cruise line. Oh, I wish I'd seen that Emirates now. Again though, I'm hand running off the coast. There was someone flying the other way, so I'm just trying to keep my landing light flashing here. Next point of interest, I guess, you've got the one of the inner farm islands there. Inner farm? I don't know, yeah, inner farms. This is Amble. So no, this was for Zurich, we're flying over now. My apologies. Yes, that's Zurich Bay. Where's the visitor centre? There it is, we're over the top of it, and that's where out photogrammetry. Cool. Yeah, that's so you got a big park there. I did help like martial fun around here when I was in my teens. Ever since then, I don't know, did I do a 5K? I can't remember. I can't remember if no, I think it was marshalling and actually crazy shouting at people, encouraging people. It was great fun. Now, next point of interest, this is Amble. You can do cooking to it for that. So you get a boat. Basically comes out of, let's get this bit right. Now that's the actual marina. So it's like this little area here, so like a small tidal dock. Quite cool. But you can also see, this used to be a really long peninsula here. It's still fairly difficult to access because you've got to sort of park up there and walk all the way down. It's quite a walk. But yeah, so that's the sort of marina, and you can get a boat tour out to there and maybe cooking tours. I keep getting adverts from them on Facebook. That's how I know. Take your free PR and leave. Also, mortifying stories. I used to do my driving lessons on here, and these were all new builds. Well, there's new builds here somewhere. I can't remember exactly why. Those, you know, must be these ones there. So it's built like one-way traffic lighting on there, and I got stuck. Two cycles I stalled. I've never wanted to disappear so much in my life. But anyway, this is also a peninsula here, so you can see it's sort of a wetland marshy bit. The River Allen used to flow out at Amble, and basically you can see obviously there's wetlands here. But one night, during a big storm, the river broke through and sort of went out into the sea here. If you look closely, this is where's the east coast, there's the east coast approaching in. From the train, you can still just about see a cross about here, and that marks the site of the old church, which is put off in the rest of the town during the rearrangement, shall we say. That's quite cool. We couldn't take a like that. Like occasionally, MSFS makes it look really pretty, and that would look at the front line of helicopter. It'd take ages to fly up here, but you know, But yeah, this is so you can see it. So you can sort of see it really clearly from the air actually. See, this is now been turned into a field. Oh my god, shut up, tower. Shut up. Let's tune into Eshel. No, I'm not talking to anyone. Oh my god, I'm not talking. So, next is, this is Almouth. Almouth is Almouth for Anik. So about 2-3 miles this way, I'll have a look for it, is Anik Castle. Hogwarts fans Harry Potter fans in the room will remember it. We are just flying along speed here, aren't we, really? I'm actually going to switch my size for my fuel tank now. No! Right, there we go. I'll fly up the river because I know the river is near the castle. The castle's near the river, I should say. That is not it. It's got its own landmark. At least it did before I deleted the Orbex Great Britain stuff. I got rid of Orbex Great Britain because genuinely the world update seemed like it looked nicer. So yeah, this is Anik. It's the river. Also, you've got your big mountains, the Cheviots. So the tops are in cloud. I believe that there will be the Cheviot. That would be Cheviot. No, that can't be it. I'm being confused. Apologies, folks. Apologies. So this is the A1. So that means I'm confident that this is Anik below us. We'll just fly along. Put Anik on the left-hand side. Cool things in Anik, you've got Barter Books, the England's biggest second-hand bookshop. It's in the site of the old Anik railway station, so I definitely want to go visit that sometime for a vlog. That there is Anik Gardens. It's just not particularly well represented. And that means, under the nose there, that's Anik Castle, which is horrendously represented. Oh well. Anyway, that is one of the locations for Hogwarts. Flying around, U-turn. U-turn if you want to. Yes, this lady is for turning. So just ripping on Margaret Thatcher there. This is my sense of humour these days, guys. You're welcome. Anyway, I'm going to numb on my panel shock as we fly along now, because I can. In fact, I'm just going to turn to the coast. I'm going to turn north. What I'm actually doing is I'm looking for the railway line, because that will help me find my way up there quite easily. The railway line just go inland actually for a segment here. Oh no, that's Bamber on the nose, there we go. How lucky a find was that? She says. So as I get ready for a landing, other landmarks to be aware of. Above Bamborough, that's Bamborough Beach. And that is Budle Bay. That's no bombing range, so don't go walking there unless you want to get blown up. And over there, that's the Farne Islands. Now, Bamborough does look to be modelled at least a little bit better here. But Bamborough Town, so this is sea houses down here. Bamborough Town itself, there's the Grace there for a lady called Grace Darling, who was the housekeeper's daughter, I think, on one of the Farne Islands, on one of the inner farms, sorry. And she basically, there was a shipwrecked off the coast, and she was heavily involved in the rescue. Now, so this is the 1800s, so basically she seems really like heroine in like a example of people before her time. And you know, that's why she's sort of really well remembered. And her grave, when she died, because I believe she. Oh well, Bamborough Castle's a bit broken as well. I'm starting to debate if this is even Bamborough. Can't be, is it? No, it's not. I am mistaken. It must be. No, this is Dunstanburgh. I know where I am now. Apologies, everything now makes a lot more sense. This is Dunstanburgh Castle. There's actually a ruin of a castle. My apologies. It was very... Yeah, there you go. I've got Bamborough on the nose now. So yeah, I did think I was a bit far to the south. Oh, hello. So my apologies, that story is accurate. However, the grave will be in that area. What we'll do, we'll cut the corner off and come straight up Bamborough. And that then is Holy Island, and then up there is the Scottish border. So basically, as far north as you can get in England. Now, it does look like we've got quite a bit of wind going on right now. Just something to be aware of. We'll just set an autopilot on for now. As we crab our way up the coast, you can see, if you look sort of down at the aircraft, it feels like we're moving somewhat sideways, not just forward, which is accurate, of course. So that'll be Dunstanburgh. That's going to be Christchurch. In fact, kind of Sea House, my apologies. And yeah. So yeah, that is Beagle. I recognise the shape now. And one of my good friends. This is where I spent a lot of my childhood growing up. That's how I know the area so well. It's you know, a lot of it is just being taken on forced trips as a child, basically. See, large parts of the towns here. I mean, this isn't so bad for it, but there are some towns where the caravan sites is most of the town. Yeah, it's Beagle Harbour there, you can see. And like a big lime kiln there, which is what that lump is. This will then be Sea Houses, that'll then be Bamborough. And this is Beetle Bay, must be that one there. No. No, that is Beetle Bay, because it's really sharp it goes in, doesn't it? Yeah. So this is Sea Houses. Some really good fish and chips here. Okay, Emily has control. What we'll do... Power off. I'm going to dive down. So we've got, like I say, Sea Houses here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dive down, do a low pass on the beach. And what I'm going to be looking at is my ground speed versus my airspeed. So at the moment it looks like we've got a slight tailwind component. So basically I'll probably be landing southbound, and then we'll check the beach visually. Where's the castle gone? Oh. So it must have been one of the Orbex landmarks. That's a very real shame. Well, I'll insert a photo of the castle now. It's very pretty. And it's like, the photo I've probably inserted is like the tourist shot for Northumberland. So, yeah. For the nerds in the room as well who play Forza, you could actually come here in the Forza games. It's a shame none of the landmarks are up here. I swear I installed the... If I haven't actually installed the landmarks for the world updates for Great Britain, I'd be really sad. But I'll understand. So I'm just going to grab the aircraft. I want to sidestep the aircraft down. So Once again, my TAS is 92, so I've got a 2-knot tailwind component. That's not worth splitting hairs about, so we'll go full flap. And then just give us the ability to side slip down. So yeah, I promise that is Bamber Castle there. It looks a lot better than that in real life. D-crab. We'll do configured fly pass, but yes, so I've got... Nope, boat wind's calm down here, which is good, so we'll just do a teardrop and come back around in. If I lose an engine at this point, I'm stuffed, but you know. I'm at 10, and a little more than 10, so the right hand tank's the one to be using at the moment, which is the one that we are, I believe, using. So I'm just gonna... Nope. Power, 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 power. There we go. On the verge of a stall, it's fine. So yeah, that's the church that Grace Darling's buried at. Let you see on the nose there, sorry. Now, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fine. It's fine. Uh-oh. Nothing happened. There we go. Again though guys, for the fact that I'm flying an aircraft which is totally default to the game, you know, the fact that I can pick a castle, go land on the beach next to it, and then we're going to use the Campout mod by Parrallel 42. It's a mod that I've really wanted to show off for a while, and I've not had a chance to, because I just find it deeply cool, okay? There we go. So we'll just step on the brakes. Park brake set. Flaps are up. We'll stick prop to full feather. Mixture to off. Fuel selector to off. Mags to off. Off. There we go. I'm going to continue. Interesting, it didn't count what I did there as a landing, which probably shouldn't have. It was more of a crash. It was more of a control crash. Anyway, I've got all the systems turned off now. So what we can do, is now that the aircraft's cold and darked, so to speak, is get out, camp out, which I genuinely really like. So this is a mod that allows us to spawn things out and about by our aircraft. So what we'll do, I'm gonna put a fire pit in. We're gonna have a Barbie. There we go. We'll be lighting that any second. I want to do more. More. What we'll do is we'll say because you guys, there's more than hopefully one of you watched this video, so we needed more seats in the aircraft. So what we did is we sort of flew out here as a group. So if I click on wing, so turn you in slightly. There you go. Yeah, you guys had a tail dragger you came out in. It's just really cool that you can sort of do this, and for example, if I want to bring a doggo out, I can. We've got up that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of winter, and I'm going to get rid of other aircraft now. Put my camping chair out in front by the fire pit. A bit closer. We're too close. That's a good place to be. You guys can bring yours out in a minute. Don't worry. Where's the good boy? Okay, so what we need to do is look at doggos first. So I'm a golden retriever kind of gal. Sadie is being a good girl. Sitting under my aircraft's wing. But no. Move you forward. You're in the wheel strut, babe. There we go. Good girl. As you know, pop you in the shade. See what I mean? This is the kind of roleplay you can have. And what I love about this as well is if I was to take off and fly away and come back here next week, this will all still be here. I'd argue the dog should despawn because the dog would have probably left in search of food. But, you know, it is still just something I find incredibly cool. Put my tent. So we're going to camp out here. So I'll put the tent behind the aircraft. Face it in towards the plane. And then we do want a windsock. I'll put a windsock like out front, just so that I've got an idea of where the wind's blowing from for our departure. And the thing is, I would leave that windsock behind, and then if I came back here again next week, it would still be there, and I'd be able to use it to figure out the wind on the ground. I can spawn a smoke canister, which will start emitting smoke. Yep, which we don't want. And it's blowing the same way as the windsock, which is good. But yeah, because we've got an offshore wind, so the wind's basically blowing out towards the sea. Get a grill, put that over the fire pit. So we're cooking on gas, well, cooking on fire, but you know, got my scrambled egg on the go. And what else do you want to do scenery-wise? I mean, it's just lovely that we can do this much. I don't want to lounge under my aircraft a bit, so I'll put that down. Put that there, so I'm sort of lounging in the shade. And this is like I said, this is all permanent. This is not attached to my aircraft. So if I start my engine and taxi forward, it will still be here. If I fly away, come back down, it will still be here. Now, a really interesting note, which I understand why they did it, but I wish they hadn't. As you can see, you only get 300 eco points. So basically, what you have to delete everything, because otherwise it will. First with camping, leave anything behind until everything as you found it. I sort of wish that it all stayed. You know what I mean? Because it would be you've got the combination of being kind of funny to troll your friends by putting a tent in the middle of the runway at Heathrow as they come in from the long haul flight they're doing the next day, right? And they're not noticing. Or, you know, the flight they're doing next month. But I get why they did it, and I think it's a nice touch. It adds a nice touch. But anyway, folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I'm going to fly out of here in a while. But until then, I'm just going to go and put my feet up by the campfire, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe to see more from me very regularly. Until next time, guys. Bye for now.